Welcome to Sag season. You guys are the first to see my flannel. Today's the first day I could break it out. Funnily enough, today's the first time it rained in a while. And that's all you. That is your energy. Um, so it wasn't pouring rain. Just a little bit this time. It wasn't something I had to run indoors for. I could walk through it. So maybe that represents you guys emotionally right now. Um, you guys are always where the rain is, um, but it's not always a storm. Sometimes it's an afternoon shower that makes things glisten. Rain makes things grow. Just like you guys are the mothers of the zodiac, you literally give new life. So you facilitate growth in your own way, in the most natal and natural way. It's pretty commendable. And, the film that I just watched, Boy Erased, centered very much on the relationship between the gay youth and his mom and how integral that role is. So if that's something that's coming up for you guys in Sag season, addressing your kids and their truths and how you can handle them. Let's see where you guys are positioned in Sag season. So, Scorpio. Ooh, and Pisces. Ooh. All right, let's do this. It ain't gonna be easy. So when we're in a fire season, we're getting back in touch with ourselves. Oh, thank God that wasn't reversed. I was really afraid of that. Okay. And you guys are dreaming the big dreams. Ooh, I love that. That is a very powerful card to have right off the gate. Cheers. Oh. Very good. Very good. You are loving the growth. You can make that which seems unreal a reality right now. The home is a gorgeous place. The new home, perhaps. But there's still some responsibility. There's still some work. Is everybody sharing? To all you female Cancers out there, maybe there's a male in your life, maybe the lover, the person that usually makes you feel valued. You're doing really good, but I'm not so sure how they are right now. Men are more affected by this season than women are. Fire energy is more masculine. And with Sag, you get a lot of Leo energy. And that's the king or the queen, to each their own, but I think it's of a more masculine, ego-driven nature. So, you're going to make the dreams happen, but does it mean that you're going to have everything that you want? Not necessarily, but there's still bliss there. King of Pentacles reversed. Maybe it's not everything that the man in your life wants. Maybe you guys have a difference in goals. You know, maybe he's been really kind of spending more than he's earning currently. You know, overindulging. That's Sag. Oh my God. If I've said it, I think every video thus far, but I've been eating way more than usual, and yeah, you know, maybe he's doing a little bit of that. We have to learn how to direct this energy, and it's really hard right now because Mercury's in retrograde. It would be okay. We could handle it if it was in any other place in the chart. But right now, it is so close to Jupiter and the Sun that it's affecting our abundance. So that's why we're not just seeing one fully positive thing. It's a little bit of both because we have this. Oh, holy shit. Okay. Like a third of the deck just dropped, and I'm really questioning whether we should just make this the reading. Okay, so let's talk about the few cards that flew to the side first. So, yes, he is having a lot of playtime with the friends, with the boys, a lot of stuff going on there. And it seems like what you're dreaming up and what you're manifesting isn't going to come very easily. Maybe because you guys aren't on the same page. And it looks like you're going to have to work at it. You know, yes, it's Ten of Cups energy, but it looks like you have to earn it. You have to find it. You have to you know, be very careful about where you're putting your money right now. Yes, it's the holidays. Yes, we love to give. We love to celebrate. We love to cook. We love to do all those things. But, there's a hair. I have to get that. No. Sorry. Okay. Cheers. 3 and 3. So if there's some sort of a triangle happening currently with the friendship, I don't know. So, Magician, you can make anything happen. By finding balance. Balance is lacking. And also some intuition, some inner confidence is out of balance right now. So we're going to take these two because we cannot ignore major arcana truths. What is in balance is the magic, is the Ten of Cups, is the ability to make the dreams reality. He masters all elements. What isn't in balance right now is knowing that you can do that. High Priestess. High Priestess is undeniable. It's not even vision. It's more than that. It's like it's what holds everything in you together in spiritual alignment, and it's way more integral into a female. So that we're getting it in the Cancer reading is no surprise. You guys should see that a lot in your readings. But the High Priestess knows the big truths. She can, one could say that she's even more aware than the Hierophant, because the Hierophant is um, more a social teacher, someone that's an instructor of some sort. But the High Priestess, she holds all of this, this wealth of knowledge. And she's not in a position that it has to be, channeled through some medium. She has all of the gifts. But you guys can really do some stuff here. It's just important to know that you can. And it's important to know what you want. Know what this Ten of Cups looks like to you. What is the dream? What does it look like? How does that energy feel? And start manifesting. We just got out of the full moon in Gemini. The moon card, obviously, pretty easy for you guys. So there is some illusion. There is something to be revealed. And you guys don't see it yet, which is interesting. You guys don't see it. Maybe you're putting a little too much trust in this King of Pentacles. Maybe you're giving the male in your life a little too much leeway, a little too much wiggle room. You need to reel him back a little bit, because that Three of Cups can easily get anyone in trouble. Too much going out to the bars late nights, hanging with the bros, but there always seems to be someone else, a female in the mix. We're a little too trustworthy, and he can take advantage of that. When we're thinking that everything is picture perfect, we're feeling the rainbow and the Ten of Cups energy, but the reality is there's something out of alignment here. And I don't think it's you guys. I think it's the other person. Now, if you're not in a relationship, then friend time, all this celebration and stuff, is actually to your detriment right now. You guys aren't feeling it. You're not feeling like you've got so much to accomplish. And then the holidays, you're like in the midst of the holidays and you're like, ugh, roadblock, I have other things right now. And so do you, do you. It's okay. People will understand, because you have a lot that you can make happen right now. Magician, the High Priestess, they do not come up often, you guys. Very powerful stuff. But it's important first and foremost to know what it is you truly need, because that's what concerns me with the High Priestess reversed. Because there is some illusion, there's some shadow that you haven't brought to light. There's some secret that you have been telling yourself, that you've convinced yourself, or that you just don't, you're just keeping it at a distance because you haven't been ready to deal with it. And yeah, and so you're misdirecting your energy here. Great energy. So what does that look like? Knight of Swords reverse, King of Swords. So because we have this itch, because we have something that is eating at us and we're just trying to avoid, Um, we are going to, again, misdirect our energy. We are going to assume a defensive position, an offensive position, even, um, but a position um, of war or battle. Like we have this aggression that's coming, um, and I just maybe this person could be a Pisces. You're going to just kind of put foot in mouth and say something that is itching at you. You know what I mean? It's like you're going to challenge them um, in the communication sense in the moment. Like you're going to maybe this is the passive aggressive tendencies that you guys have. You know how females always are. They're just, you have to really pay attention to the inflections of their words because they may be saying something, but the way they're saying it is a completely different story. I've learned that about cancers. Um, and maybe that's what you guys are doing. Um, because there's something that's not quite right about this situation. Um, and you're scared, but you use that that energy in an interesting way here. Um, you actually it's either you get stronger and you handle it, or you misdirect here with Knight of Swords and you're going up against somebody that is in their power. King of Swords. Um, two kings so far. The men in your life are coming. Um, they're coming up during Sag season. We have to address some things here. So, um, it's just hard. Those two cards back to back is really confusing. It's mindfuckery for me. Okay, so, ooh, um, if this King of Swords energy is having to do with a move, we're going back here to the Ten of Cups. This it could be a physical move that you guys are trying to make right now. Sag season, we see a lot of moves of all kinds, um, and you guys are okay. So we are on the defensive, very defensive here. Seven of Wands. You guys know this is like my favorite card and my least favorite when it's reversed. Because you guys will not let it go. You will not let this go. You will not let this dream go. But there is some shady shit happening up here, unfortunately. There's something you're not addressing. And it looks like there are a few signs, and it's interesting because they're following a pattern here. I think it started with Aries, Taurus, Gemini now, that it looks like you guys missed the opportunity to bring some light to your love life when that Venus was in retro in Scorpio. And now it's direct. It's doing its normal thing. Back in Libra, we love it when it's in Libra. You guys have let this situation kind of fester. You've given someone too much credit here, or if you are the person, you know, doing the stuff, then shame on you. But um, you, it's like anybody that tries to give you advice, you're just gonna be like, no, nope, brick wall. You're going into like Virgo mode in Sagittarius season. It's just like not hearing it. And that's why the High Priestess is reversed, because you guys aren't open. Your eyes aren't open, the moon. Your ears aren't open, High Priestess reversed. Um, you're not seeing what's there. Um, but you guys could really do a lot right now. Magician, I mean, man. But you have to make it happen here. That's the surrounding cards and everything. You have to make this happen. So, um, oh, mm-mm. Okay. So the promise, the commitment, um, if this is a verbal exchange, a really important conversation that you need to have about your hopes and dreams with your partner or with someone that you're trying to move forward with, um, you really just don't want it. I mean, Sag can be famous for challenging everyone to live their truths, but not doing it themselves. Can be very hypocritical, just like the sign across from it, Gemini, can give you two totally different vibes, sometimes simultaneously. Um, and that's what you're really afraid of, is that this foundation, this relationship, this trust, this agreement, you know, it can really make you feel so good. But if you leave it, and you leave it so far behind, but you don't want to, you're not ready. We're ready. We're ready for you. I'm ready for you looking at this, but you're not ready. You've got a lot of good stuff here that could just push you right along, but you have to make that decision. I'm surprised we haven't gotten judgment yet. Um, so if this is, a promise built on lies, it's going to temporarily make you feel this way. It's going to make you feel valued. Um, if you get a new pet or something, and or your partner buys you an animal or a new addition to the home, um, that's great. That's something that can kind of divert your attention almost. But what I see is you are so stubborn right now. I mean, King of Pentacles was the second card out of the gate. Um, Seven of Wands, you're so stubborn, you're not even noticing the Ace of Pentacles. It's reversed. Um, you, it's got to be a certain thing for you, and I get that. I'm a Leo. It has to look a certain way for me to move, for me to do it, for me to want it. I know what it looks like in my mind. Ten of Cups, like I've got the vision. So I get that, but that doesn't mean that you can't give this thing that's happening, this shadow stuff. Um, the moon, let your light shine on it. You guys have a very particular light. It's very different from sun energy. Um, it's moon. It's hard stuff. It's emotional stuff. It's gut wrenching stuff. It's powerful stuff, transformative stuff. It's stuff that makes hurricanes and tsunamis and things happen, but it also um, can be so um, what's the word? It can be so, like when you get in the salt water and everything, and you just kind of feel healed in a way. Like it has so many restorative properties to it. Um, Obviously, you can't drink it, but pretty much everything else, it like revitalizes you. So it's just how it's feeling that day because it literally changes that fast. And I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but maybe that's how you guys feel. Um, Instead of giving into the truth of the situation, King of Swords, Knight of Swords doesn't want to deal with it. Seven of Wands doesn't want to deal with it. Six of Swords doesn't want to deal with it. Two of Cups doesn't want to see it. Um, so you guys are just completely blind. You are intentionally blind to what's there. That's High Priestess reverse. Man, she has. Whew, she can do so much damage when she's reversed. I'm realizing now. Okay, so that's what's happening here. Um, man, this. I'm gonna say this, but you guys are being a little delusional. Sorry. Um, I said that without even looking at the card that was next. Whoops. Delusional. Yeah. So, um, if you think that no matter how you deal with this situation, you're not going to win, that's why we're putting up a brick wall here because we don't want to face something that means defeat. And sometimes that's what your ego needs. Sometimes you have to walk into the battle that's unwinnable because you're living your truth, because it's a necessary process. You guys know what necessary emotional pain is more so than anyone else. But right now, you're just like, no, it's Sag season. No, it's family time, holidays. Like, we don't want to ruin this. Um, we're just going to pretend like everything's great. Everything's normal. Like, we're living our dreams. We're going places. Da 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 da. You just want to look good. But underneath, there's this stuff that's just mm-mm. So, um, don't give someone else the chance to maneuver right in front of you because you guys are so paralyzed. You know, pick a direction. It doesn't have to be the perfect one, but you have to move. You know, you can't just stay stuck. Surprised we haven't got the Hangman yet, but it's like you guys want to go forward. Um, but just not take care of anything at the same time, and it doesn't look like that's allowable. Um, Mother Nature is like, no, there's a lesson here, and you guys are gonna learn it. God damn it, we're starting to feel Capricorn already. The really harsh teacher, the strict librarian, right? Um, did you learn your lesson? I don't. You guys are so well equipped to do it. Um, but there's this weird energy in the middle here that is so you're going to let the opportunity slip away from you if you stay in a mode of um, doubt, a self-doubt. Um, and especially if you're staying blind to all of this, you're just like, oh, it'll work itself out, or just give it time, da 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 da. Like, oh, I don't have to address it. What are you talking about? There's nothing going on. Um, yeah, there is. Um, for sure, there's stuff going on. It's your self worth that's on the table here. You know, that's the most important thing. Yes, you guys may have dreams, but you're you're damaging yourself if you're not addressing what needs to be. And this person that you've known for a while, um, if you guys are trying to go places together, it's not right. Um, maybe they're coming back. They're getting in contact with you. There is some distance there, but they're reaching back out to you, and you're just not hearing it. I don't know if that's advice that you're just not listening to, or if it's, you know, it could just be this love or this person, this friend, um, and now there's got to be distance. Like it's time to leave. So that's what Sag season is, unfortunately. It looks easy on a Sag, but they've had their whole lives to live in that mode. Like Cancer probably doesn't look easy to them, but you have lived it your whole life, so you know it. You know the waters. Um, so a Sag burns out pretty quick, to be honest. They're mutable. So instead of one really steady fire that kind of warms everyone, think Leo, instead of igniting the fire, which is essential to life, it's starting. That's Aries. Sagittarius is the final flames that dissolve into smoke. It really, really emulates substances, that involve smoke. Very big into drugs. Scorpio in the 12th, Pisces in the 4th. It's very natural to them. Something that are like synonymous with Sagittarius is, um, they got the bud, they've got something, and so it makes everything seem a little different, a little more possible, probably. You know how you have this kind of like ease when you're under the influence, like things just kind of seem a little more like there's nothing really in your way, like your um, what is it called? Your um, inhibitions are lowered extremely, and so you just don't have that self-conscious awareness as much. You're more able to do the things on your mind as they come to you instinctually, and that's Sag energy. It's going as it comes to it. You know what I mean? But it's just super thankful to be in the moment wherever it is. But um, are we taking things seriously? Are we always having playtime? Are we always trying to be lit and lighting it up? Because we can't be stable, we can't be practical, we can't be adults. In the Sag mindset, it's just always got to be changing. It's got to be moving. I got to be going places. I can't sit still. I'm so impatient. I want it now, now, now. I have victory. I got to look good. So where am I going with this? Um, don't use that to your detriment here. Um, Definitely bring this into the light. the moon. You guys have the opportunity to do that. So I think it could be something that you know, but you're not giving it its moments, to reveal itself. You're suppressing it. It's just like it's like when you watch a movie or something, and um, someone starts their thing, their moment, and then they start to command that space, and then you're just like, oh no, Timothy, look what's going on over here, and then you like cut it off, like you stop it from happening because you're just like, no, we're not ready for this or whatever, like the moment wasn't right. um, and you're the one that's not ready for it. The moment is so right, so right. Magician, 10 of Cups. um, so you guys have to step outside here. um, really feel the sag, feel the opportunity, feel the growth. This isn't a season that's going to um, you know cause a hurricane or anything like that. It's pretty mild water. Um, but what's going on underneath the surface? That's what we want to find out. What's going on underneath? So I encourage you to find out what's going on underneath. In a season that is a little more a little more vain, in a sense, not vain, a little less serious. I encourage you guys to take it more seriously. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what we get when we come to Capricorn season. It's a season you guys love because it's in your seventh house. And Aries, very action oriented. So you love the new year. You love January. You love feeling the comfort, putting on all the layers. Look, I already love being in this flannel, and just imagine like I can have a jacket and coat and like fuzzy stuff, and just feel it all on my skin. Feel so warm. All the blankets. Turn the heater on. I can, drink a hot cup of coffee. All those things that you guys are just so ready to have. That hot cocoa, whatever it is, soup. But yeah. So I'm not too worried for you guys, but I really, really stress that you get to the bottom of this situation. Um, because you don't want to enter the new year with something that you haven't found closure from or have even addressed, let alone found closure. Ooh, look what came on the top. Yep. So this could be your opportunity to let it go, by dealing with it. That's the only way to let it go. You don't let it go by ignoring it forever and just going the other way, running from it. It will find you again. This card is letting it do its damage. You guys need to be vulnerable right now to know what it is. Yeah. All right, guys. See you in right before the new year, I guess.